What would the Chicago Bulls look like if they were a superhero team? This is the question I'm going to be thinking about today on the latest episode of Chicago Bulls Chat, a See Red UK podcast, right after this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Chat with See Red UK. My name is Neill. I'll be your host for this episode, and I've been teasing lately that changes were coming on the socials, and there's been no official announcement. So I guess it's time that I made that announcement. Now, the more attentive among you may have realised or noticed that it's been me doing a lot of the videos lately. May have noticed maybe a change in Matt's handle. And that's because for reasons that I won't go into, Matt has decided that it's in his best interest to step away from the content creation side of things and go back to being a Bulls fan and being able to just enjoy the basketball and enjoy the Chicago Bulls and enjoy more time not putting his efforts into content creation. So while it is a sad day for me, and I'm going to try and keep the flag flying for See Red UK from a solo perspective, I'm going ISO. I do have to say, first and foremost, a big thank you to Matt for everything that he has done to help get us this far with See Red UK. This was originally his brainchild. This was his whole idea and concept that came into fruition. He has happily greenlit me to continue on as a solo project, or however I see fit going forward into the future. So hopefully I'll do him proud and do See Red UK proud, carrying on as I am on my own. Now, first and foremost as well, I do want to say that before any speculation goes out there, thinking that myself and Matt maybe have had a disagreement in how we want to do things or how we think. We've always joked about the fact that we have kind of a very similar way of thinking in regards to the Chicago Bulls and basketball, and maybe I'm a little bit more positive than he is and he's a little bit more cynical than I am, but apart from that, we're pretty much on the same wavelength all the time. That has not stopped, that has not finished, we're still talking all the time. So it is really and purely just a case of Matt needs to take some time for himself moving forward, and I wish him all the best of luck with that. And Matt, thanks for everything, and who knows, I might even be able to get him back on every now and then for a little bit of a guest appearance. But unfortunately, what that means is that you are stuck with me for now, and just me. So you won't have that lovely calming lull of a whole accent talking to you anymore. You'll just have the rapid fire excitable voice that doesn't know whether it's from England or from Ireland. But anyway, I'm going to continue on. I'm not going to make too much of a big deal of it. Thanks, Matt, and do keep listening, and I appreciate any feedback you give me along the way. So, one of the things that myself and Matt had been talking about before we made this decision was we'd done the whole Captain Australia thing with Josh Giddey, and it was quite well received by some, others not so much, with it being Captain Australia, and we know Josh Giddey divides people anyway. So we thought, well, what would it look like if we did that with the rest of the team? So unfortunately, it's not something we're going to talk about together, but I decided I'm going to still continue on with it and make a few episodes out of it because, you know, there's quite a few players to go through. So what I've pretty much done is I've selected a few of the more obvious ones today that I'm going to talk about. And I would love for anybody that is listening that has their own ideas to put them in the comments, give us a like and a subscribe while you're there, and let us know what you agree with, what we came up with and what I'm talking about. And if there's any ideas that you think would be better, would be alternative, and any of the ones that I haven't done on this episode, I do have them all put together, the whole team already, but I'm just going to break it down because there's just too many to go through. So any of the ones that I don't mention today, if you've got any ideas, put them out there and we'll see how close you are to what we came up with. Now, I have to admit straight off the bat that while there was a huge amount of input put into it from myself and Matt, we did go to AI to assist us with a lot of the concepts and putting together of the images. So there is a lot of AI assistance in regards to the image generation. So don't come at me for not creating it myself, but trust me, you don't want to see stick figures of this stuff. The AI stuff is much better. So with that then, we'll start where we started first of all, with Captain Australia. And I do have to say as well, a little shout out to Philip Charles van der Hayden IV from Just Another Year Chicago Bulls. He used this in one of his episodes and he said himself it was received quite well as well. And we just thought, well, you know, this is just going to be a really fun thing to do. So the first one then is Captain Australia. So Captain Australia is Josh Giddey. So I'm going to just take you through a little bit of an idea of his powers, his personality and all that sort of thing. And if there's some of them came with slogans and all that sort of idea. So the image will be popping up just here next to me and you'll be able to see the image while I have a little talk about him. So Captain Australia then. So Captain Australia is a bold, futuristic take on classic patriotism, crafted in the colours of Australia, as you can see there in the image. So as you can see from the image, got the your classic Josh Giddey tousled hair. Emblazoned on his chest is the Australian flag, along with stars in a nice gold and green colouring to go along with the Australian look. He has the shield with the basketball emblem on it, and just to be a little bit cheeky, we've thrown in the Sea Reds UK logo on his belt as well. So it looks pretty cool, I think. I think it looks pretty cool anyway. So his powers then, he has the powers of precision field, enhanced court-like awareness. He sees movements, patterns, and seconds before they happen. Kinetic bounce is his second power, can ricochet off surfaces mid-air like a pinball, combining vertical hops with lightning-fast changes in direction. And Unity Pulse, a defensive wave that inspires and protects allies, syncing their movements like a flawless team play. Personality, charismatic and composed. Captain Australia is a natural leader, steady under pressure and always looking to elevate others. He's got that dry, wet, laid-back energy and an uncanny ability to turn chaos into cohesion. So, unlike the Marvel characters, we're not necessarily saying that Captain Australia is the leader like Captain America is of the Avengers, but, you know, just a bit of fun. He was just the first one that we happened to do with the play on Captain Australia. And then after that, we decided, well, let's keep going with these and see where they go. And we actually ended up going through the whole team. So, the next one then was the other really, really obvious one. But before I move on there, put your comments down below, give us a like, give us a subscription if you don't have it already, and let us know what you think of the Captain Australia, the image, the idea, the concept, and all that. Moving on to the next one then, the other really, really obvious one. I mean, the name is already there, half the work is done for me, and that is Coby White. So the obvious name is, of course, Subzero. And as a cool superhero named Subzero, Chicago Bulls guard Coby White would radiate a commanding presence, combining his real-life speed and sharp instincts with supernatural chill-based powers. And as you can see from the image there, I actually love this one. I think this is really, really awesome. You can see the little tagline there, cold hands, clutch heart. His costume is the black with the red pinstripes, which I think looks absolutely awesome. The little black cape going with it as well, and the blue eyes and the blue hands with the powers emanating out of them. And of course, you've got the fro, right? You've got to have the fro. So, Subzero wears a sleek, futuristic suit made in shades of dark blue with the red stripes that come from the days of the 90s Dynasty. Of course, everybody loves that black and red pinstripe. The suit is built for speed with aerodynamic edges and frost-like patterns across the arms and shoulders. His iconic hair is frozen into a shimmering crystalline version of itself, glowing faintly with frosty energy. And he has the cape, which is semi-translucent and patterned like falling snow, flutters like a trail of mist when he moves. Wherever he steps, small frost prints appear and vanish seconds later. So kind of a little bit like an Iceman type kind of character. And so his superpowers then. Cryokinetic acceleration. Sub-Zero can freeze the air beneath his feet to create ice tracks, allowing him to glide across any surface at supersonic speeds faster than the human eye can follow. Frost vision emits cold beams from his eyes that can instantly freeze objects or enemies in place, slowing time around them. Chill step combat. His punches land with Sub-Zero shockwaves, temporarily freezing enemy limbs to disable them. Flash freeze dome. He can create a sphere of ultra cold air to trap opponents in a temporary status field, giving his team time to regroup or strike. And mental focus. His mind stays as cool as his powers, impervious to heat, chaos, or psychic manipulation. Now, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty class. And let me know what you think. Thumbs up, give us a comment. Let us know. What would you add? What would you take away? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm keen to know. Do write it all down. I'll get back to everybody that leaves a comment. I'll jump on and I'll either give you a thumbs up, give you a like, or I'll have a little comment to say back to you and see how we go from there. But I think that, remember, this is just a little bit of fun. We're in the off season. The NBA finals are in full swing. 1-1 at the moment. Been great ones to watch. So I just thought this is a bit lighthearted for the Bulls fans that are in us all to try and at least keep something a little bit swaying towards the Chicago Bulls. The next one on my list then, another one that was kind of almost done for me. I mean, we've been going with the whole Red Baron nickname for Kevin Huerter. So that's what I went with. So we've got the Red Baron. The name Baron adds a sense of nobility and expertise, complementing his masterful skill on the court. It suggests a commanding figure who can control the situation with a cool, calculated approach, much like the famed Ace Pilot. And the appearance then is the costume is a mix of modern and vintage elements, maybe inspired by the Red Baron's aviator gear, but designed for high agility. He could wear a leather jacket and crimson insignia, blending a heroic flair with tactical design. His red hair would stand out as a signature feature, with the costume possibly incorporating a stylized aviator cap and goggles. As you can see that there in the image, he looks very much like someone who'd be sitting into one of the old warplanes. I think it's cool. Okay, again, let me know what you think. What do you think? Thumbs up. Leave your comments. How would you change it? The appearance we've gone through, and then the powers. Aerial precision. Like a fighter pilot, Red Baron can track enemies in midair using pinpoint energy blasts or launching precision targeted projectiles. His agility and reflexes, as in basketball, his reflexes allow him to dodge attacks, flip through the air, and come out on top, always staying one move ahead. Flight. A natural extension of the Red Baron persona, he could also have the ability to fly, using a specialized jetpack or harnessing his energy to glide through the air like a fighter pilot in a high-speed chase. And the tagline, as you can see there, is soaring to victory, one shot at a time. It captures his sharp aim and high-flying abilities, invoking both the Red Baron's aerial prowess and Kevin's abilities to hit shots, even though they're difficult when on the court. Again, please do tell me, what do you think? What would you change? What would you do? How would you adjust it? Would you have him looking differently? Would you change his powers? All of this, please. This is just a bit of fun. It's just a departure from all the heavy draft stuff and all the difficult times we've left behind over the last couple of seasons. Just have a little bit of crack with it. Now, to finish things off for this episode, like I said, I'm going to revisit this over a series of episodes, but the important thing for a superhero team is you've got to have a bad guy, right? You've got to have an arch nemesis. You've got to have your opposite, your yin to your yang, right? So the first bad guy I'm going to do, and I'm going to do one per episode. So the first bad guy I'm going to do is this guy, aka the Architect. I think this is really, really clever. So his look is a long, dark trench style suit with blood red lining, sharp shoulders, and subtle metallic armor underneath. Think a mix of European elegance and authoritarian menace. Face mask is pale skin with piercing eyes and a thin, high-tech monocle with a digital red glow, used to assess power levels, odds, or manipulate optics. No full mask. He wants you to see the man behind the moves. The emblem is a crimson circle with a chess rook inside it, symbolizing control, calculated defense, and towering influence. His cape or cloak is a cloak-like overcoat that flows when he walks, signaling gravitas and intention. Looking for patience, maybe. His powers: control grid. He can manipulate systems, finance, media, even emotions, like moving pieces on a board. Influence field. He warps perception around him, and people doubt their instincts or change plans involuntarily. Well, that's quite fitting. And zero emotion combat. His mind is impervious to manipulation. He counters with cold, robotic precision, and, in my opinion, he will not be swayed from his own objectives. And that really fits with AK. So I'm going to leave it there for this episode. But like I say, this is a bit of fun. Please do join in if you want to. Maybe you think I'm a bit mad, but I needed to do something that was just a little bit more lighthearted, especially off the back of Matt's departure and off the back of such another difficult, grueling season, and an off season where we've been asked for patience and where we really don't know exactly what way it's going to go. But that being said, please do join in. Let me know what you think. Comments down below, thumbs up, subscribe. I'm sorry it's just me from now on in. For those of you, Julie, who are going to be very disappointed to hear that Matt is not going to be back on your... But that being said, please do join in. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. Thumbs up, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. And please do continue to follow me, even if it is just me. And who knows what way things will go in the future. Like I say, maybe Matt will come back to us for a visit every now and then. I'm sure I'm going to be able to collar him when I can. Once it's not something he has to dedicate so much time to, which I fully understand. So that's it. There will be another episode or two of this. Do let me know if you like the idea, if you like the concept of it as well, while we're at it. Until next time, I've been Neill. You can get me at CRedUK or at Neill CRedUK across the socials. Until next time, CRed people, go Bulls, wherever you are in the world, we're all in it together.